Nelson once said, "First gain victory, and then make the best use of it you can." My name is Nick Aldis, and I am on a crusade. The man who carries the 10 pounds of gold has a responsibility for this title to be genuinely deemed the world's championship, to be defended around the world against any and all comers. I, and I alone, will bring the 10 pounds of gold back. A journey, an uncharted path from coast to coast, continent to continent, across oceans, into battle, like a true warrior. To some, I'm a villain, but how others see me has never been important. What matters most is how a man sees himself, and when I look in the mirror, I see a champion, a conquering hero. Those words of Nelson, I took them to heart the night I reached the pinnacle, December the 9th, 2017, when my name, Nick Aldis, joined the sport's most revered and legendary combatants. Love me or hate me, I am the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. The 10 pounds of gold, Sweet Charlotte. Many monikers have been given to the greatest prize in the sport's illustrious history, but there is only one thing that never changes. No matter where the sun sets or where it rises, no matter the venue or the decade, the man who carries the 10 pounds of gold, the champion, has a responsibility, a duty. I'm a zealot on a mission. I see a path to victory, tempered by adversity, propelled forth by valor. Yes, I'm a dreamer. I'm a visionary. I, and I alone, will bring the 10 pounds of gold back to a place once taken by flair. Race, roads. For this title to be genuinely deemed the world's championship, it must join me on this crusade to be defended around the world against any and all comers worthy of the challenge. Starting February the 11th and lasting over 60 days and into the future, I will defend this title over 20 times. New challenges, new cities, in foreign lands, from America to my beloved United Kingdom to the Far East and beyond. This isn't just my mission, this is my life. Austin Idol believes in me. There are true crusaders around the world who stand by my side. They believe in me. Those who don't, or those who doubt me, are nothing but heretics, and shall choke on their own disappointment as I continue to make history. I am the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, and this is the oldest crusade with the 10 pounds of gold.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the National Wrestling Alliance World's Heavyweight Championship. Can we have both competitors to the ring, please?
We had an historic encounter. For those who were in attendance back at Magnificent 7, we're about to have another one here. For the first time in the long history of IPW. An even greater history is about to take place as the NWA title is here. David Starr trying to grab the camera. I'm not really sure he should be doing that. I think he should leave the cameras to the professionals who know what they're doing with them. But David Starr is here. The product is looking to add his name to the incredibly immortal history of the NWA World's title. I will get onto that in just a little bit, of course. We've just watched some of the real snippets of what the world's champion is saying when he mentions a crusade. And his crusade brings him to Milton Keynes. Mark the date down in your calendar, ladies and gentlemen. It is the 21st of February, 2018. And the NWA World Heavyweight Champion is in Unit 9. And the NWA World Heavyweight Champion is in IPW. World's champion has promised. He's guaranteed this will be a crusade that takes the title around the world, and he absolutely does not plan on leaving Milton Keynes with anything less than that belt he holds aloft here into the Milton Keynes night. Send it to our MC, Mr. Chris Hatch.
Introducing first, to my left, your official challenger this evening, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, standing 5'10" 3/4" and weighing in today at 201 pounds. He is the cream in your coffee, your favourite wrestler's favourite wrestler, the Jewish Cannon, the physical embodiment of charisma, the most entertaining man in professional wrestling, the Bernie Sanders of professional wrestling, Mr. Americana, Davey Wrestling, the 104-minute man, the main event, he's really good at Twitter, the king of taunts, the product, David Starr!
Wow, that's an introduction and a half, isn't it? Goodness me.
And his opponent, to my right, standing 6'4" and weighing in today at 251 pounds, from the fighting town of Kings Lynn. And as of today, he is a 74-day current, reigning, defending National Wrestling Alliance World's Heavyweight Champion. This is the National Treasure, Nick Aldis!
This contest is signed for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. The only way that the belt can change hands is by pinfall or submission. I gave you your instructions in the back. Are there any questions from the challenger? Are there any questions from the champion? No, gentlemen, to your corners to await further instructions. Thank you.
Tom Scarborough is going to make sure that this NWA World Heavyweight Championship match is as legitimate as is humanly possible. Showing both men the title that is at stake, a championship belt that has history on every single one of its fibres. The bell has gone. And for the first time in IPW history, the NWA World Heavyweight Championship match is underway. UK versus the US, of course, Nick Aldis from Kingsley and Norfolk, trained by the legendary Ricky Knight and the Knight Dynasty, against the product David Starr from the cradle of America, ladies and gentlemen, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. a former ZZW Tag Team Champion. But when it comes to statistics and when it comes to titles, this competition that we are about to witness between these two premier athletes, it really does stack up in Nick Aldis' favour. He has a height advantage. He's 6'4" to the 5'10" of Starr. He weighed in at 251 pounds, which is almost 50 pounds heavier than David Starr. He has a career in wrestling that is approximately somewhere between 9 and 10 years longer. And listen to the list of achievements that we have for Nick Aldis. He is a 2-time TNA World Tag Team Champion with Doug Williams and Samoa Joe. He's a former IWGP Tag Team Champion, also with Doug Williams, and a former TNA World Champion. But as of right now, he's an NWA World Heavyweight Champion. What a pedigree Nick Aldis is bringing into this contest. Well, an opening from both challenger and champion in the feeling out process. Champion looks like he's going for a collar and elbow. Didn't get it. David Starr got there first and grabs the arm. And here's that height and weight advantage that we spoke of that the champion has. David Starr's going to have to try and use speed and agility to his advantage here. Uh-oh. Look at the strength of Nick Aldis, that's incredible! Dropping David Starr down right in the middle of an IPW ring. There are many people who never thought they would see this. What velocity! Nick Aldis just sent David Starr into turnbuckle with such velocity, he almost sent him clean out of Milton Keynes. Think about this. As TNA World Champion, Aldis beat wrestlers the caliber of Jeff Hardy, Abyss, Samoa Joe, WWE Hall of Famer Sting, and even the current WWE Champion AJ Styles. And that is just as TNA World Champion. That is a hell of a resume of people that he has put away. David Starr is fighting some of the strongest odds I've ever seen in a World Championship contest. The question is, can he overcome the odds? I mean, it's all well and good saying the odds are stacked, but the question that David Starr has to be asking himself is, can he overcome those odds? Can he overcome the height? Can he overcome the weight? Can he overcome the experience and the sheer volume of big match experience that Nick Aldis has over him? So I tell you what, if he can find a way, if he can get lucky, he's going to put himself down in the history books. Think about this, the NWA World Champion, think of the legacy, think of the prestige that comes with that. It's not just a World Championship, there are World Championships, we have an IPW World Championship, which of course is prestigious, do not make any mistake about that. It's a huge title, but relatively speaking, it's only had quite a short life, it's only been somewhere in the region, it's certainly less than 20 years old when you think about it. Think of how old the NWA World Heavyweight Championship is. Think how heavy the weight of history that brings down the barrier. You're talking about people like Lou Thesz, people like Harley Race, people like Terry Funk, Dusty Rhodes, Sabu, Sting, AJ Styles, Jeff Jarrett, and 2-time WWE Hall of Famer Ric Flair. Nick Aldis, by holding this championship, is essentially part of immortality when it comes to wrestling history. So David Starr, you wouldn't want to be him, would you? Really? Height, weight, experience and history all pressured onto one challenger. I have never seen odds like it. Starr's going to have to get out of this. I'm not sure Aldis is trying to use the abdominal stretch here to make Starr submit just as much as he actually wants to just wear him down and wear him out. That is the MO of Nick Aldis. Wearing out an opponent so there's nothing left of them. He's very good at that. That's why some people believe that Nick Aldis is the complete package. He has the power, he has a relative amount of speed, he's got good height, he's got good weight, and he has an incredible power game. But also, as we've seen in the first moments and minutes of this contest. Very technically sound too. That's the complete package. A powerhouse, a man who can fire huge heavy bombs, but also is not afraid to go for a more catch can approach. And that power is shown as David Starr just crumbles to the floor here. And the Parade of Champions has not been kind to the product thus far. Well, that was a hell of a time for a cartwheel by the number one contender. Trying to swing the momentum in his direction. There's the height and the weight of Nick Aldis. He's hardly going down. Uh-oh, he's scouted that. Look at the strength of the world's champion. And this time he goes down. The fans are solidly behind the number one contender here in Milton Keynes. Can they give him the edge? Can they give him that little bit of adrenaline to overcome the insurmountable odds that we have mentioned here? Well, the world's champion was momentarily reeling, and now he's just on the outside of the ring, but he's straight back up to him. That is the speed we were talking about. I think David Starr is the quicker of the two, but make no mistake, Nick Aldis is a quick man. What a shot that was! The World's Championship's on the line out of nowhere. I told you it could get lucky. I told you it could have been just a little bit of luck. I believe one of the songs of the 1990s said, with a little bit of luck, we can make it through the night, and a little bit of luck right there would have etched his name in absolutely pure wrestling granite. Scouted well there by Aldis. He does his homework. When he said he was going to go on a crusade, did anybody think he was going to do so blindly? That is not the impression we got from him when we heard from him before this contest began. He plans on travelling the world with the championship in tow, and he does not plan on losing it. He does not plan for a single solitary moment to be giving that belt up. He is going to go to every single city on his world tour, and he is planning to win every single contest. Look at the strength of Nick Aldis! Are you kidding me? Full away slam from the second rope, bore all the weight of David Starr and flipped him like a pancake from last week. I'm telling you, he is the total package. He really is the complete package. He's now heading to the top rope. How many powerhouses do you see climb to the top rope with the ease of Nick Aldis? David Starr's trying to get him down the hard way. Well, the world's champion is now found himself in a very precarious position on the top rope here at Unit 9. Oh no, it's a long, long way down for the number one contender. And that huge elbow! He loves that elbow! Nick Aldis is over for the cover! No! Credit has to be given when it's due, ladies and gentlemen, and give the credit out to David Starr. Nick Aldis with an elbow from the sheer heavens, and somehow David Starr was not put away by it. David Starr's having to fight his way back into this contest. I'm not sure he could have anything left, and if he did, it may well have just been kicked right out of his skull, courtesy of that huge boot from the world's champion. What a shot that was! David Starr! You want to talk about the product, how about product placement? He just put the world's champion's head into the hardest part of that DDT. Very rare. You see a DDT going to the outside of the ring. I'm telling you, he needs just that little bit of luck, and I think he may well have just had it. The champion is in real trouble. Oh, what a counter that was by Nick Aldis. Powerbombed him from the top. He's trying to turn him over. He's trying to turn him. Oh, he's got, look at the torque. Look at the torque for the world's champion. Look at the stress on the back of the legs of David Starr. How has he not gone already? I am amazed by this. The tenacity of this challenger. trying to push himself up. Are you kidding me, man? Look, he's given up height and he's given up weight. But finger by finger, he is desperately trying to get to the ropes. Oh, Nick Aldis shut out on it, and that was all.
Here is your winner, and still NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the National Treasure, Nick Aldis.
David Starr had a little bit of luck in this contest when he caught Nick Aldis with that DDT. I thought for a split second maybe it was on the cards, but no. The crusade continues for Nick Aldis as world champion. David Starr gave it everything he had, but he just didn't have enough silver bullets in his flintlock to take down the world's champion here in Milton Keynes. The Parade of Champions belongs, very much so, to Nick Aldis.
Anytime. You want another shot?
Now that's a world's champion. That's what it's all
Please
about.
show your appreciation for David Starr and Nick Aldis.
Just bested him in the contest and immediately said, if you want another shot, it's all yours. That's incredible sportsmanship.